The studio lights blazed brightly as Kate Hudson strutted onto the set of the Kelly Clarkson Show, her golden locks cascading perfectly over her shoulders, exuding that effortless Hollywood glamour that made everyone else feel a tad inadequate. Kelly Clarkson, the host with her infectious laugh and powerhouse voice, welcomed her with open arms, but there was an undercurrent of tension that the audience couldn't quite pinpoint. As they settled into the plush couches, Kate flashed her $1 million smile and dove right into promoting her latest film, but Kelly, ever the relatable queen, tried to steer the conversation toward more personal territory, asking about Kate's famous family lineage and how it shaped her career. Kate's eyes narrowed slightly, a flicker of annoyance crossing her face, but she played it cool at first, responding with polished anecdotes. However, as Kelly pressed on about the pressures of living up to her mother's legacy, a Goldie Hawn, Kate snapped back with a cutting remark. "Well, not everyone can just belt out a tune and call it a career, right? Some of us actually act." The audience gasped, sensing the shade, but Kelly laughed it off nervously, trying to pivot. Yet Kate wasn't done. She leaned in, her voice dripping with faux sympathy. "I mean, Kelly, your show is cute and all, but let's be real, it's no Oprah. You're more like the discount version." The crowd murmured in shock, and Kelly's face flushed red, her usual bubbly demeanor cracking under the unexpected assault. Kate continued, recounting a supposed behind-the-scenes story where Kelly had allegedly botched a duet with a guest, implying it was due to her weight or lack of discipline, a pure fabrication, but delivered with such conviction that it stung. Kelly stammered, "That's not true," but Kate waved it off. "Oh honey, denial isn't just a river in Egypt." The humiliation built as Kate pulled out her phone, pretending to scroll through old messages. "Remember that time you begged for workout tips? Yeah, still waiting for that transformation." Laughter erupted from parts of the audience, egged on by Kate's charisma, but Kelly's eyes welled up. The live broadcast capturing every painful second. Desperate to regain control, Kelly called for a commercial break, but the damage was done. The internet was already buzzing. Back from break, Kelly tried to compose herself, but Kate dominated the segment, turning every question into a subtle dig at Kelly's career choices, from her American Idol days to her recent divorce, framing it as lessons in failure. The producer in Kelly's earpiece urged her to wrap it up, but Kate's barbs kept coming, each one sharper than the last. Finally, as the segment neared its end, Kate delivered the knockout blow. "Kelly, maybe it's time to quit while you're ahead, or at least before you fall further behind." The studio fell silent, and Kelly, voice trembling, announced, "We'll be right back," but whispers spread that she might not return. In the aftermath of that brutal exchange, the cameras kept rolling, but Kelly's composure was shattered, her hand shaking as she gripped the armrest, forcing a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Kate Hudson sat there smugly, crossing her legs with an air of victory, as if she'd just won an Oscar for Best Villain. The audience, a mix of fans and casual viewers, shifted uncomfortably, some cheering Kate's honesty while others booed softly, creating a chaotic energy in the room. Kelly attempted to redirect to a lighter topic, like Kate's wellness brand, but Kate twisted it again, saying, "Unlike some people, I actually commit to my health routine, as it's why I look like this at my age." The implication hung heavy, targeting Kelly's well-known body positivity journey, which Kate dismissed as excuses for laziness. Kelly bit her lip, fighting back tears, but the live feed showed her vulnerability raw and unfiltered. Social media exploded in real time, with hashtags like #KateVSKelly trending worldwide. Fans divided between defending Kelly's authenticity and praising Kate's real talk. Backstage, producers scrambled, whispering about damage control, but on stage, Kate ramped up the humiliation, pulling in references to Kelly's music career slumps. "Remember when your album flopped? Yeah, that was a sign." Kelly, usually quick-witted, found herself speechless, the weight of the words crushing her spirit. As the segment dragged on, Kate feigned concern. "Oh, don't cry, Kelly, it's just showbiz's survival of the fittest." But the tears came anyway, streaking Kelly's makeup, and she excused herself mid-sentence, mumbling about needing a moment. The camera panned to Kate, who shrugged innocently, "Guess the truth hurts." In that instant, the show ground to a halt, with fill-in music playing awkwardly as staff rushed to Kelly's side. Rumors swirled that this was the breaking point, the moment Kelly decided she couldn't take the cutthroat nature of daytime TV anymore. Kate, unfazed, continued chatting with the audience during the impromptu break, sharing beauty tips as if nothing happened. When Kelly returned, her eyes puffy, she powered through the rest of the interview, but her voice cracked on every word, the humiliation etched into her expression. Kate ended with a backhanded compliment. "You're brave for keeping at it. Kelly most would have quit by now." And that's exactly what planted the seed. Post-show, Kelly confided to friends that she felt exposed and belittled, questioning her role in the industry. The video clips went viral, dissecting every jab, turning a simple guest spot into a spectacle of celebrity warfare. As the episode wrapped, the tension lingered like a bad aftertaste, with Kate Hudson waving goodbye to the cheering crowd, her ego inflated from the confrontation. Kelly Clarkson, however, retreated to her dressing room, slamming the door behind her, the echoes reverberating through the studio halls. Inside, she paced furiously, replaying the insults in her mind. How Kate had dismantled her confidence piece by piece, from her singing prowess to her personal life, all under the guise of banter. Tears flowed freely now, away from the prying eyes, as her team knocked gently, offering support but knowing the wound was deep. Meanwhile, Kate sauntered out, mobbed by paparazzi, spinning the narrative as just girls being honest, but the online backlash was swift, with Kelly's fans rallying under #StandWithKelly, calling for boycotts of Kate's projects. Yet, some sided with Kate, labeling Kelly as too sensitive for the biz. That night, Kelly scrolled through the comments, each one a dagger, amplifying the humiliation until she couldn't bear it. In a moment of clarity or despair, she drafted a statement, her fingers trembling over the keyboard. "After today's events, I've decided to step away from the show. It's time for a new chapter." She hit send, and the world erupted, news outlets picking up the story instantly, framing it as Kate's verbal takedown forcing Kelly's exit. Interviews poured in, with Kate denying any malice. It was all in fun as she took it too seriously. But Kelly's silence spoke volumes, her absence from the next taping confirming the quit. Fans mourned the loss of her warm presence on TV, while critics analyzed the power dynamics at play, how one star's ego could eclipse another's career. Kate, basking in the notoriety, booked more appearances, her tell-it-like-it-is persona suddenly in demand. For Kelly, the humiliation morphed into empowerment, whispers of a music comeback circulating, but the scar remained. The video script captured it all in a live meltdown, the post-show fallout, turning a single interview into a cautionary tale of celebrity fragility. Viewers rewatched the clips, debating if Kate crossed the line or if Kelly overreacted, but one thing was clear, the encounter changed everything. Months later, the ripple effects of that fateful episode continued to unfold, with Kate Hudson's career soaring on the wings of controversy, landing her roles in edgy dramas that capitalized on her unfiltered image. Kelly Clarkson, on the other hand, vanished from the spotlight initially, retreating to her Texas ranch for soul-searching, surrounded by family and friends who reminded her of her worth beyond the screen. The humiliation replayed in her nightmares, Kate's words echoing like a broken record, but slowly, she channeled the pain into songwriting, penning ballads about resilience and betrayal that hinted at the incident without naming names. When she resurfaced, it was with a bombshell interview, where she opened up about the toxic encounter that pushed her to quit, describing how Kate's barbs felt like public shaming, eroding her self-esteem in front of millions. The public sympathized, boosting her music streams, turning victimhood into victory. Kate, sensing the shift, issued a half-hearted apology on social media. "Sorry if my jokes landed wrong, wishing Kelly the best," but it rang hollow, fueling more drama. Talk shows dissected the feud, with experts weighing in on body shaming and mental health in entertainment. Kelly's former show slot was filled by a new host, but ratings dipped, proving her irreplaceable charm. In private, Kate confided to insiders that she regretted nothing, viewing it as a career boost, but leaks suggested otherwise. Her team scrambling to mitigate boycotts. The original video clip became a meme, with edits overlaying dramatic music, amplifying the humiliation for comedic effect. Kelly laughed about it eventually, reclaiming the narrative in her stand-up specials, joking, "Who knew one guest could end a show? Thanks, Kate." The script evolved into a cultural touchstone, inspiring podcasts on celebrity rivalries. As time passed, reconciliation rumors swirled when both attended the same award show, but a frosty red carpet encounter dashed hope as Kate smirking, Kelly ignoring. Ultimately, the incident highlighted the brutal side of fame, where a live moment could humiliate and force a quit, reshaping lives forever. Reflecting on the saga years down the line, the Kate Hudson-Kelly Clarkson clash remained etched in pop culture lore, a prime example of how live TV could turn vicious in an instant. Kate's career trajectory veered toward anti-hero roles, embracing the villain vibe that the humiliation incident bestowed upon her, while Kelly reinvented herself as a mentor on singing competitions, her empathy deepened by the ordeal. Fans still debated the truth behind Kate's digs. Were they scripted for ratings, or genuine spite? Insiders claimed it stemmed from a past snub at a party, where Kelly allegedly overshadowed Kate, but neither confirmed. The video script, now a YouTube staple with millions of views, dissected frame by frame, showing Kelly's gradual breakdown and Kate's escalating dominance. Kelly's quit wasn't just from the show, it symbolized quitting the facade of invulnerability in Hollywood. In memoirs, she detailed the emotional toll, how the live humiliation led to therapy sessions and a renewed focus on self-love. Kate, in contrast, downplayed it in her book, calling it a misunderstanding blown out of proportion. Yet, the impact lingered, with both women avoiding joint events. The audience's role came under scrutiny too, how their reactions encouraged the drama, turning humiliation into entertainment. Social media algorithms thrived on the conflict, pushing divisive content that pitted fans against each other. Kelly's music post-quit soared, with anthems like Broken But Strong subtly shading the experience. Kate faced occasional backlash, like petitions to recast her films, but her star power endured. The script's legacy, a reminder that words wield power, especially live, capable of making someone quit not just a job, but a piece of themselves. As new generations discovered the clip, it sparked discussions on kindness in media, evolving from scandal to lesson. In the grand tapestry of celebrity feuds, the Kate Hudson humiliation of Kelly Clarkson stood out for its raw, unscripted intensity, forever altering how live interviews were conducted with more pre-vetting of guests and topics. Kate continued to thrive, launching successful ventures in fashion and film, her bold persona a selling point, while Kelly embraced a quieter life, focusing on philanthropy and family. Her quit from the show a pivotal turn toward authenticity. The video's virality ensured its immortality, with remixes and analyses keeping the drama alive. Kelly occasionally referenced it humorously in concerts. "Remember when I got roasted live? Best diet ever lost a show." Turning pain into punchlines. Kate, ever the opportunist, parodied the moment in a comedy sketch, poking fun at herself to soften her image. Reconciliation never fully materialized, but mutual respect emerged in subtle nods during interviews. The incident inspired policy changes in talk shows, emphasizing mental health support for hosts. Fans learned to advocating for positivity online, reducing the echo chamber of hate. Ultimately, the humiliation that made Kelly quit became a catalyst for growth, proving that even in defeat, one could rise stronger. The script, devoid of fluff, captured the essence of human vulnerability under the spotlight. A timeless tale of ego, empathy, and endurance.